Soul Garden. Live, love, be.
Hello, Your Majesty, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. My name is Christopher Witecki, and this week we've got two great sponsors you should check out. On one hand, 2012 Act 2. These videos are ready for immediate download, and apparently I hit it on the head. April, May, and June in detail of what's to come. So check it out today if you can. You're going to like it, trust me. And the Guardian Agency. I don't know if you've tried this, but it's me with you all the time, and people are telling me that their lives are changing by paying attention to these text messages. I'm not kidding you. I can help you get to where you want to go. Check it out for just 99 cents for the first week at gatext.me. Well, for the royalty, it is a big belief structure shift this month, a major, profound, life-changing belief structure shift. And frankly, a lot of Leos that I've been talking to, because I have a lot of Leo friends, are not quite there yet, at the epicenter of the shift, which means you're going to come to a new meaning and purpose, a new reason for being alive. And I predict this week is the final week. In the beginning, you will have clarity. By the end of the week, you will be making commitments to yourself about what you believe and what you don't believe. But on Monday, nothing seems to be happening. That's because we've got a grand square going on up in space. Some people call it a grand cross. There's nothing holy about it. This is you held up in traffic. It is very challenging for people to deal with. It's no fun. On the global Earth scale, this is many parts of our souls fighting. God versus ego reality, that's never fun. So God versus reality, and creative problem solving versus the way it's always emotionally been done. This sounds like Congress, doesn't it? It is. Church, state, emotions, thoughts. It's no fun. In your life, Your Majesty, it plays out like this. The moon in Sagittarius fills your emotions with inner child issues. So your inner child wants one thing, and that's a big force to be reckoned with, I think, is our emotions anyways. This is directly opposed to Venus moving into Gemini, where you feel a new force or change happening in your place in the world, where you belong, your social status and whatnot. You're going to do a lot of social status development later this year. So this is a foreshadow. So it is a inner child versus what I have to do in the world. Then on the other side, it is trusting, having trust issues on one side, and on the other hand, feeling not valuable, having self-esteem issues, not being able to hold yourself up with self-esteem because Mars is retrograde. So that's where the knees kind of collapse, and that's where it sort of sucks. Here's what you do. Nothing. You just get to Tuesday. Because on Tuesday, Jupiter rules the day, and things just break apart like nothing happened. So I'm not even sure what's going to happen on Monday, except people are going to come to certain realities about maybe giving up certain tensions. But on Tuesday, you're moving forward, and you're childlike. The moon is in Sagittarius, so you're emotionally inner childlike, creative, having fun. We get that yod back, right? That's God giving us the finger. Remember that? This is our dilated yod. And what this is doing is really kindly pointing out what we have to do. You know whether or not you trust. You can think about it only so much. You know whether or not you can trust. You're just going to have to trust and jump. Jump meaning you're going to have flexible beliefs, because if you've never done it before, you can't have any sort of manual. So get over it and be flexible in your beliefs and jump. That's basically what God is saying with the odd on Tuesday. On Wednesday, God then pulls a trick on us. Pulls a rug out from under us. Uranus rules the day. After the secret, then boom, here's some more lesson. What it comes down to are more fears popping up, right? These have been building for a while. See, your whole new desire to be something new in the world, or have a new place, or take your place, or your rightful throne in the world, or however you're playing it, you're afraid of being that person in the world and what it means for your personal boundaries and trust. You don't trust being that person even though you say you want to be it. And then on the other hand, you're not quite necessarily sure if you can pay for it, either with self-confidence or literal money. So there's a lot of fear that you have to break through on Wednesday. Remember, of course, it's about belief. belief. If you believe, then do it. Put your money where your mouth is what Uranus is saying. Now, this square between Uranus and Pluto, that's a doozy. We haven't seen this granddaddy since 1929. This is literally the line that brought down the stock market and everything else, and even, I think, crops and things, because Pluto was in Cancer, so it had to do with survival versus control. But this means it's time for you to go through a new reality. You've got to completely let the old lifestyle die. It is done, retired, gone, past life. That's what Pluto says. And you have got to also be willing to jump into the water. No matter what age you are, you're starting over with Uranus and Aries, starting over from scratch and stepping away. And a lot of Leos don't like that. I think that's the fear that's building up on this horizon. Now, for those of you who are watched over by the Guardian Agency, I'll be sounding out another slew of past life Witecks. Those were a total hit. But these are going to dig into false evidence appearing real, where you have fears from your subconscious coming up and using past life techniques, I think, to pull them up. Tell me what you think. That goes out on Wednesday. On Thursday, God Universe rings our bell. The moon will cross over Pluto. So if you have a sore spot about stepping out of the old life, it definitely hits you on Thursday. And what does it do? It kind of rattles these two planets on the edges here. You're going to get rattled regardless of whether you do it correctly. Correctly is opening your heart to the new and saying goodbye to the old. But if you get quiet and you bow down to your own fear, you'll also get rattled. So it's rattle either way. I'm just telling you. The rattle is you'll feel a rattle and shift in your career if you release your old baggage, and you will feel a rattle and shift in your money and ability to move forward with confidence if you release your old. So release your old, I recommend. Now, don't forget, we have office hours on Thursdays with our Soul Mart practitioners who come live on camera just like this, Master One Feather and Carolyn Nagel, and we answer questions. And if you get on camera, you nip on camera next to them on the other side here, we'll give you a little discount coupon as a courtesy for sharing your problems with the public. So come on down. We appreciate it. Then comes to Friday. Friday's actually pretty quiet. Whew. After all this up, down, it's about Venus. It's about bringing tranquility back to your life. It's about bringing tranquility back to your beliefs. It's about getting comfortable with your new life meaning and purpose, seeing if it really fits you or not. This is an opposition that's going to grow and complete over the weekend between the Sun and Saturn retrograde in Libra, which means settling the war between your mind and what you want to believe. What you want to believe, your mind is not programmed to run yet. All right? And it won't be. So you're going to have to catch your thoughts for a long time and make them surrender under the new philosophy that you are starting to come to. So really, this is a big opposition. Wherever you are, you're feeling it. The moon in Capricorn really makes it all real, brings it in your body. If you worry, you'll get a tummy ache. That's the sort of thing that happens with this kind of setup. Now, don't forget, on Fridays, Carolyn Nagel and myself are live with SG Live and special guest Zodiac Director Bernadette Morgan. We're talking about Aries and fear and courage and all the great stuff and sticky stuff, and it's spring now and Mars is going direct, so it's time to come chat. Come in our chat room, talk to us, watch, or if you can't make it, it is recorded, and a lot of people do watch over the weekend, so it's kind of cool. It's turning into a little hit. I love it. Now, on Saturday, and it's a day where we're really logging into ourselves and kind of getting guidance. But what happens quietly in the background is Mars goes direct, which means money, confidence starts to flow in a forwardly direction now. Probably if you did the work this weekend, this whole week with your soul work. The moon moves into Aquarius, so you're sentimental all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Your emotions go to relationships or relating or feeling balanced or wanting to hang out with others and that sort of thing. So that's how Saturday is. On Sunday, it's commitment time. Saturn rules a day, which means, okay, let's commit. What are you committing to this philosophy, to this operating system? Don't forget, it's not that major of a commitment because Uranus says it's going to be always changing on the fly anyway. So you're really committing to a general direction, northeast, southwest, right? The grand yad here, God's finger comes to a climax. Remember the hint there, which is that you know what your boundaries have to be. Just stay open to changing your beliefs all the time. And lastly, the opposition between your beliefs and your attitude come to some sort of a peace negotiation as well. So Saturday and Sunday particularly, really is the wrap-up of a lot of Aries. All right, that's all I have for this week, Your Majesty, but I will see you again in 7 days more. Until then, live, love, be.